Esoteric lore drop. Esoteric lore drop. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Zechariah 5. That actually might have been the fucking most gay beginning to a video ever. But I'm really excited on this because I remember when I heard this years ago now. I mean, this was like mind-blowing to me. Okay, so this is Zechariah 5 from the New King James Version. It says, visions of the flying scroll. So this is the start of it here, 5:1. Then I turned and raised my eyes, and there I saw a flying scroll. And he said to me, what do you see? So I can't remember if he's talking to an angel or if he's talking to God himself. So obviously God or whoever that is, the angel says, what do you see? I wish I had my fucking Bible in front of me. It's out in the car again, and I really just don't feel like going out and getting it. It says, so I answered, I see a flying scroll. Its length is 20 cubits, and its width is 10 cubits. Okay, this is very important. So when Jews would measure things, right, the length of it was true. That is actually the length of it. And recognize it's a scroll. Okay, so it's something rolled up into a scroll, because that's what they would do back in the day, is that they would just take a piece of paper and roll it just like you normally would, right? Like, you know, if you were making like a cigarette or whatever, you just start rolling it. Yeah, its length is 20 cubits, so that is actually the length of it, and its width is 10 cubits. So the way they measured width was not diameter, okay? They measured circumference. So obviously this would be a pretty fat fucking roll if it was basically like half the length of it was its diameter, right? But no, it's the circumference. The width therein was measured in circumference. So, oh my God, what the hell is the thing again? It's like 2 pi r, right, is circumference. So just plug in, what is it, 10, and then just find out the radius of it from that, right? Like 10 is equal to 2 pi r. So I think that's how you do circumference. If not, somebody else figure it out. But yeah, this is the next line. Then he said to me, this is the curse that goes out over the face of the whole earth. Every thief shall be expelled according to this side of the scroll, and every perjurer shall be expelled according to that side of it. Okay, so it means that there are many of them. This is the curse. So it's a curse, first off. It's a roll. It's a flying roll that is almost like a cylinder that goes out over the face of the whole earth. Okay, and it's against thieves and perjurers. And it says, Zechariah 5:4, I will send out the curse, says the Lord of hosts. So obviously, yes, that's Jesus Christ. It shall enter the house of the thief and the house of the one who swears falsely by my name. Okay. It shall remain in the midst of a house and consume it with its timbers and stones. What the fuck could destroy stones? Okay, like realistically, like if you were Zechariah back in the day, what could possibly destroy stones? Right? Like pulverize them. And like it said, it shall remain in the midst of his house. So I'm not entirely sure about that interpretation of it. It might mean that I don't want to spoil too much, but the blast of it will remain in the midst of the house. And notice who it's geared towards. It's geared towards thieves, which honestly, that's basically everybody, and people who swear falsely by his name, right? People who are like, the fake Christians. So very interesting. And then this is Zechariah 5:5. Then the angel who talked with me came out and said to me, lift your eyes now and see what this is that goes forth. Okay, so, like he said, he's seeing another vision. So I asked, what is it? And he said, it is a basket that is going forth. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this here in a second. He also said, this is the resemblance throughout the earth. Okay, so there is many of these. Interesting. Here is a lead disc lifted up. This is the woman sitting inside the basket. So this is where there is sort of an incorrect translation again. The term is ephah or ephah. But see, that's the problem, is that much like in English where we say saw, like I saw something versus I saw it in half, the same problem happened here where the woman inside the basket is not necessarily what it's saying. It's saying basically a talon of lead, like something encased within something, right? So let's read this again. This is the resemblance throughout the earth. Okay, so we said that there's multiple of these. And here is a lead disc lifted up, and this is a talon of lead sitting within another talon of lead. That's essentially what he's saying here. Okay, so it's a lead disc. Now, if you're Zechariah, and I don't even know what century he was in, obviously it's BC, but I have no clue like how many years before Jesus Christ, but you don't know what uranium is, right? But you know as sure as shit what lead is, right? So like he had no clue what this because uranium, I'm not entirely sure if the half-life when it ends turns into lead or what exactly happens. Yeah, he's basically seeing what he assumes is lead, but it's actually uranium. And then so this is Zechariah 5:8. Then he said, "This is wickedness." Okay, so it's evil. It's evil in nature. They're all over the earth. It's a flying roll that's a cylinder that blows up in houses. Interesting. And this is, like I said, 5:8. He said, "This is wickedness," and he thrust her down into the basket and threw the lead cover over its mouth. Okay, so like I said, there's a lead cased inside of lead. And then I raised my eyes and looked, and there were two women coming with the wind in their wings, for they had the wings like the wings of a stork, and lifted up the basket between heaven and earth. Okay, so obviously these angels are just picking it up just to take it somewhere. And it says here in 5:10, "So I said to the angel who talked with me, 'Where are they carrying the basket?' And he said to me, 'To build a house for it in the land of Shinar. When it is ready, the basket will be set there on its base.'" Where is Shinar today? It is modern day Iraq and Iran. Like, that is insane. That is so insane that's what's implying. And it's, I personally believe it is the southwestern part of Iran, where it's like that mountainous region right almost going into Iraq. I think that's personally where this is based. This basket. So isn't that fucking crazy though? That is Zechariah 5, okay? And there is all types of shit like this in the Bible that's essentially talking about, it's a curse that goes over the whole face of the earth. Nuclear weapons. I mean, that is insane. That is insane that is in the Old Testament. So once again, our God is telling us this, right? So, what doesn't he know? He literally knows everything. So that's essentially what I'm saying here is that, like, it's crazy to me that people don't even, like, believe. If this is obviously what it's saying here,